play now that the lights are on? Cameras rolling?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I didn't know we're on.
I mean, we've been
see
on.
a live thing going on there.
You should know we're on. Shitpool is Shitpool.
Struggling.
Well done.
Ugly
Up.
from
Now, reputation. Now, is the shit in the pool or is the shit on the pool? That's what everyone wants to know. Hussey, please enlighten us.
It's all around the pool. It really is.
Or is it all around it?
The pool is actually made out of a pile of poo.
And then inside is also poop.
Oh my God, it's just a big clunk of poo.
You're swimming in it.
Honestly, this is the second time it's happened. It's amazing. Like, what the heck? Honestly.
Right.
I count more times.
PFC 205, we are in here. If you can't tell, we're razzing Huss about Liverpool's shock draw. Almost a defeat. I would call this a borderline defeat.
It's a defeat. I wasn't shocked. You were shocked? I wasn't shocked.
I was not shocked because at halftime, because it wasn't on TV, so I had to go on Facebook where they're showing it live. I went on Facebook, and they were talking at halftime. The poll, 12% said Sevilla could come back. I was 12 of that. I was part of that 12% because they already have done it.
So you turned on your team is what we're hearing.
Last time Liverpool faced Sevilla, Sevilla came back. It looked like Liverpool had won the game, and then Sevilla come back for just an emotional draw, and it happened again. I mean, of course they could have came back. It's just Alberto Moreno. You've been doing so well this year. You've been doing so well this year. Why?
You know why? You know why, Huss? It's because it's his old team, dude, and he's returning.
Exactly. He always does it. It's like Cesc against Barcelona. Like, he'll just always go back to making that mistake. Remember, Moreno was the reason you guys didn't make the Champions League when you played Sevilla in the Europa League final. So he goes and he does it again. Such a sloppy mistake. Leaves the ball there to be won.
Which one?
It's natural shitpool.
It's
natural shitpool.
The first goal he doesn't go after. Are we going after this game right now? Are we just straight up doing this game?
Yeah, I mean, we're opening this game, of course, dude.
I don't know.
Liverpool
I thought you were just taking shots at me and we're talking about it. All right, so this game.
We're always taking shots at you.
Let's go in the first half. Everything seemed to be in Liverpool's favor. This game could have been a lot more than 3-0. Everyone was firing. Salah is looking like the absolute man right now.
You guys, pause real quick. Are you ready to call it Salah FC?
No, because Mane still got a goal. I mean, it's the
X factor.
Both are X factors. They really are. The speed that both of them bring, they're so similar when it comes down to how they play. I love it.
Hey, why don't they use that speed on defense?
Why don't they just play straight up defense? But you know what? Everyone played pretty much good defense besides Moreno in the second half. And then the first goal, that's Sevilla. Let's forget about the Liverpool goals because we're used to talking about how they score and how fast they are and how skilled they are and how good they are at shooting the ball. But again,
wait, hold on. Let's talk about the Liverpool goals real quick because they came from set pieces. At least the first two, which is something you never see.
Yeah,
conceding from set pieces is something you always see. It happened in this game twice. But to score from set pieces with a short team like Liverpool, that was impressive. They won the first ball and the second ball. So I'll give props for Liverpool for that. You guys have,
they
were up definitely worked on that. Definitely worked on the set pieces.
The main thing that helped out Liverpool was the fact that Firmino starting to score again. Great time to start scoring again right before the the Chelsea matchup. Maybe gets a little confidence. Maybe he can put one in the back of the net for Liverpool. But the second half.
That's the face we're waiting for.
Oh my God.
The agony. How do you feel right now as a Liverpool fan? It's like let us into your sad world.
It's like when you tell your girlfriend not to spend money and then she comes home with a bag of clothes again. It's like stop, just stop. Like what don't you understand? Just stop. And they keep doing it.
I don't think they can.
It's just
all right. So then how do you address this? Then do you get a center back in January? Is Moreno the issue here? Was it just a blip because he had a rough game? Like, what do you do?
You start giving your defenders either guns or brass knuckles, something else. Lay out bear traps. I don't know. Just something else stop the other team. Because
at some point, Jurgen Klopp is going to have to answer for the lack of defense. I think he was blessed at Borussia Dortmund by inheriting Mats Hummels, Subotic, who was on top of his game back then, and a host of other guys who were pretty solid defensively. With this Liverpool team, he hasn't been building them too strong. We know what he can do on attack and his high pressing system, and we respect that. But dude, to give up 3 goals, I mean, I know Sevilla is a good team, but the way you guys were flying, to give up 3 goals just like that,
dude. Even to concede the 3rd goal after you're up 3, you concede 2, and it's like, all right, we're up 3, we're only up by 1. Whatever we do, we don't concede. Corner kick, get the ball out.
Like
win
the
first one
has less to do with Klopp, more about the players. First things first, the center back situation. The center backs. It's not that they're bad, it's that they're not consistent. And they can never seem to be consistent at the same time. Because Lovren can be playing really well, and then Matson may make a dumb play, or Klavan may make a dumb play. And then we see Lovren a few weeks back make stupid plays, and Matson's been looking good, but now he's injured, and Klavan's been looking pretty decent. But then Alberto Moreno, out of nowhere, he's been playing well, and then he's making dumb plays. First, that set piece, he should have went after the ball. There's zonal marking. Why do you let the ball come to you? You have to go to that ball. You have to challenge that ball. Even if you don't win the ball, at least mark the man challenge the man to the ball.
He also gave up the free kick. He gave up the free kick as well.
Oh, man.
And then
the PK to me is the most criminal one.
Well, the second one, the ball gets stuck between his feet. He looks like he should be in the championship. The way his composure or lack of it, he just like, with the ball, threw up. Oh my goodness! Then he gives the ball up. He turns around. He stomps on the guy's foot. They fall.
Straight PK.
What a circus though, man. The first penalty has to be retaken after he slots it home.
Oh my!
Takes it again, goes the opposite side. Karius left hanging.
Dude, you went to the other side. You went. Honestly, I was figuring that the shooter was gonna switch sides. I know that's tough to blame him because of the penalty. So those are hard, but. Then that 3rd goal, that has nothing to do with the defense, the 3rd goal. That has everything to do with Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson, you're the captain of the team.
What do you mean it has nothing to do with the defense? The ball bounced and scrambled in the box.
What? Okay, replay that. Okay, everyone's marking up. Everyone's doing a decent job for the most part. Yet it went to the middle. Who was supposed to be there? Jordan Henderson. What did he do? He stepped towards the corner. He stepped towards the near post. He left the man. And the ball slipped into the middle to the unmarked man. Who should be marking him?
You never want to leave your man. Never want to leave your man.
And that's why Liverpool will never win a Champions League with Jordan Henderson, especially as captain.
Hey, tell us how you really feel, Buzz. I'm so proud of you, man.
He has the Tony Romo effect.
That took 3 years.
No.
That took a long. Ever since I've known you, you've always been with my bro Tiki, just kind of Jordan Henderson. He can stride along.
Settle down. I'll tell you.
I'm so glad.
I've been by myself on this Henderson.
No.
And I feel even better being alone on it.
No.
You're driving the bandwagon, but Huss is I felt like he was just clinging on.
No.
What's up, bud?
Tiki, if you really think that Liverpool can win a Champions League with Jordan Henderson, I don't know what to tell you.
Look, before we even criticize Jordan Henderson,
they can win the league. They can win the league with Jordan Henderson. They can't win the Champions League with him.
Before we even criticize Jordan Henderson, actually, I think, in my opinion, it's harder to win the league than it is to win the Champions League. But with Jordan Henderson, dude, he's your midfield captain, right? Your problems are coming from defense and your goalkeeper. It's that simple. You guys never lose the midfield battle. If you watch that game, sure, the second half you guys were sort of sitting back a little bit, but your midfield was solid, man. Your midfield has never been the problem, just like your attack has never been the problem. In my opinion, I don't think you win a Champions League or the league with Firmino playing at number 9 as well. But I can sit here and say it's not Firmino's fault that Liverpool's choking, because in the first half, Henderson or the front 6 took care of business in the first half.
Yeah, they did their job.
Second half was the back 4 or the back 5, including the goalkeeper. They all failed, dude. So you want to throw it on Henderson? Sure, he's an unpopular figure, especially.
No, for that 3rd goal, yes, it will.
No, he's
literally said. But you're pinning Liverpool's lack of Champions League success on Jordan Henderson, rather than saying, "Oh, with Lovren they'll never win anything. With Karius they'll never win anything."
No, I agree that too. There's a lot of people
But
that
I didn't hear you say it. I didn't hear you say it. I heard you single out your captain, who's done.
Yeah,
nothing but
you
serve
shifted
your
the
club.
focus from the main problem to the guy.
No,
who's supposed to be leading
I
the
went
team.
after.
He's
No,
doing
that's not what he was saying. That's not what he was
No.
saying, dude.
Thank you.
All
What
he was
was
saying
he
is
saying?
that all he was saying is as long as Jordan Henderson's on the team, you won't win a Champions League. That's not to say that as long as Moreno's on the team, as long as it's just expressing an opinion about one person and specifically about that third goal where he did.
I understand. He's expressing his opinion. He has the right to it, but his opinion is wrong.
Let me tell you. So I'm going to switch sports real quick to the NFL.
Ugh.
Weird.
Jordan Henderson has the Tony Romo effect. When he has that, he's good enough to seem very good at times, so you can't really get rid of him. But he's not good enough to bring you to that championship. Understand?
And he gets injured a lot.
It's the same thing Tom says about Arsenal when he constantly says, Giroud, we're not going to win anything with Giroud in there.
No, dude, no. What all I've said, I never said that.
Look, you were saying if Giroud's our starting number 9, we're not going to win anything.
That's what I said.
Fair enough. But again, your focus was unfocused as always, man. Because you personally.
It's just one of the that's not the main focus. That's just one of the symptoms. There's a ton of symptoms in the sickness.
I agree, bro. But the whole time you kept singling out Giroud, just like Huss singles out Henderson. Yes, Huss is not saying Henderson.
You just know.
Huss is not saying Henderson's the only guy who's the problem. He's not saying that. And I'm not sitting here saying he's saying that. I'm saying before you single out Jordan Henderson, how about you look at all the other bums first before you get to him?
Dude,
I did.
He just shot on the defense.
No, but he didn't say with Lovren back there, we're not winning a Champions League. With Karius, with
because
Moreno.
That's obvious. It's obvious.
It's not. You don't say it.
It's obvious that they won't win Champions League with Lovren and Matip or Klavan being their starting center backs.
Matip now is taking that heat.
Hey, easy on Matip.
Oh, no. Matip and Lovren together. Matip can be with somebody else and they can go for Champions League. But Lovren and Matip can't be together and win Champions League.
Fair enough, boss.
I thought that was obvious. I didn't know I had to explain every single person.
You do when you have like 8 or 9 crappy players.
Okay.
The only thing
shots. I was on the same page as you, Buzz.
If they have mid-lane net, they probably won't win Champions League. Do I have to really go down the line?
Yeah,
but
you do because
the bright spot is Joe Gomez, right back, played outstanding. I don't care if he goes up the field as well as a Walker or something like that. But defensively, he looked tough. You couldn't get around him. He won 50-50s. He did great, especially for his age.
Good shot.
The only thing I love seeing more than Jurgen Klopp losing is when Liverpool's scoring goals and he gets, I'm the man, we're scoring goals. Because I know it's only a matter of time before it comes around and that scoreline changes and he's got no smile. All that hard work he puts in the offense goes away. I think it's becoming it's almost tiring seeing it over and over again. He's got the same effect as Brendan Rodgers had.
No.
Very exciting, but you can't defend and you're just treading water, constantly treading. Look at their records. I'll pull up their records right now. So I'm curious.
Boom.
But I mean,
boom.
What's the progress? What's the progress?
What have you won? More to it than the records. And Klopp has done much more than Brendan Rodgers.
It's about results.
I think it will. I mean, this January they have to bring somebody in. Next summer they have to. If they don't bring a defender this coming summer, I think the following summer Klopp won't be there. But it will make a difference because Brendan Rodgers had Luis Suarez, who was there before he got there, and he erupted for record-breaking seasons. Yeah, Sturridge was good, Sterling was good, and stuff like that.
I don't want to compare. Look, what I'll say is Klopp has had more of a positive effect on Liverpool because he's reinstilled the belief. Brendan Rodgers, people still had questions about him. I feel like it was more 50-50 split. I think people believe in Klopp. It's just that Liverpool, they don't have that great of a defense. And Klopp, even the other week, was like, a lot of people say that Liverpool doesn't have has a bad defense. But if you actually look at us, we're pretty solid. And look, if you want to break it down statistically, yes, there's some positives that they do defensively. But these are the type of games exactly which have people saying that Liverpool's defense is leaky. Because when it counts, when it's time to shut it down, They can't shut it down. Jose Mourinho doesn't lose this game, or he doesn't tie this game, because he'll switch his tactics somehow to shut it down. Certain managers will not allow a team to come back. They'll see the signs. They'll make the necessary changes. Liverpool don't have the depth, and they don't have the talent. And that's due to Klopp not recruiting certain people in.
And you know what? I know that I know the formation could have changed at halftime. You stick with the 4-3-3 for the most part. Actually, they dropped a little bit. I truly believe they could have taken off Salah or Mane at half to save them for Chelsea. Brought in Ox or Milner or Chan right at the beginning.
Yeah, he brought in Chan. Yeah.
No. I'm saying right at half. You're up 3-0.
Yep.
Have them drop a little bit more. You still have Mane or Salah, whichever one you don't take off. Then you have Firmino to hold the ball up. You're still attacking, and you still have Coutinho still on there. But at the same time, you're dropping a little bit more. They should have brought in either Milner or Chan, I believe, to sit in the middle, help out.
But it's so silly, man, because the whole second half, the Liverpool front six took a nap. It's weird, man. It's like you scored 3 goals pretty easily in the first half. Why couldn't you squeeze one more in the second half? If you're going to sit in, play that counter system, yada, yada, fine. You got Salah and Mane for pace and Coutinho for creativity and Firmino for creativity and maybe a little bit of finishing as well. What happened to those guys the second half? Yes, we can blame, Moreno struggling, Lovren, Klavan, Karius, all those dudes. But where was the offense in the second half to bail their defense out?
I believe that to a point, but if you score 3 goals, you should win a game.
Agreed. But
not if you're Liverpool. Not if you're Liverpool.
Yeah, but if you're on the ropes and it's 3-2, I feel like with that squad, there should be a guy to help kind of ice the competition a little bit. But it's all good. It happens.
That's the thing. They don't have that guy. That guy that you're referring
what do
to.
You mean? Mane,
who's going to ice
Salah,
Lovren?
Coutinho.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, you're talking about.
I'm talking about counterattack.
Score more goals rather than shut it down.
Counterattack, kill the game off. Like, yes, there are times to shut the game down. Of course, and like Tom said, there are managers who are experts at that. Klopp's expertise is in attacking. I don't understand why somehow, some way, he couldn't spring a 4th goal, considering that you guys cut through them so easily in the first half as well.
Second half was a different game. Sevilla came out and Liverpool shut down.
Yeah, it was weird.
The second half was complete. I don't know what happened in that locker room for both teams, but you can guess, judging on the outcome in the second half, completely different halves, to use that cliche. Mm-hmm. But after 73 games, Jurgen Klopp.
Oh, boy.
37 wins. Brendan Rodgers, 41. Goals scored. Jurgen Klopp, 142. 67. Points after 73 games. Jurgen Klopp, 132. Brendan Rodgers, 141.
Wow.
Win percentage.
Rodgers,
win percentage,
boy,
50 for Klopp, 56 for Rodgers.
You're missing it, though. You're missing it. Because, again, it wasn't Brendan Rodgers' team. It was Luis Suarez's team. You take Luis Suarez,
No, but us.
If you take out
it's Mane's team. It's Coutinho's team.
It's over 30.
Way more balanced now.
Because Mane and Coutinho aren't even the best players on the team right now.
Wait. How many games does it take until you say this is the manager's team? It's 73 games. We're not talking about 10, 15 games here. We're talking about 73. Klopp has had, 3 or 4 windows to fix this? So am I sitting here saying Rodgers is better than Klopp? Is Al sitting here saying that? No. We're not. We're not saying that. What we're saying is Klopp is not as positive for Liverpool as the media has painted it. Yes, he's out there excited. He's got the fans believing. Anfield is a fortress. But just because you win at home doesn't mean you're having a successful season. You need to do it home and away, especially when you're spending the kind of money Liverpool does.
Yeah, you're on your own, Huss. Yeah, Huss, you're on your own with this one, man. If you say that wasn't Brendan Rodgers' team, man, that was definitely his team. He still like the youth.
Games?
He's the guy who brought up Sterling and was really delving into the youth of Liverpool.
He
did some good things, man.
Brendan Rodgers didn't even want Sturridge on the team. He tried to block.
Klopp doesn't want Sturridge on the team. He just needs him.
No, Sturridge and Brendan Rodgers' heyday was much different. He was a world-class player back then. That one year that Rodgers, they set the world on fire. They had 60 goals between.
Set the world on fire.
Sturridge and Suarez.
You can take it. You can try to take it away from.
What I'm saying is the team is closer now with Klopp to being getting back to the greatness rather than with Brendan Rodgers.
Because everyone, man,
but
if Gerrard,
you're just in the same.
You guys win the league. If Gerrard doesn't slip, that's how close Rodgers has come. Klopp has never come back
The
close.
other teams are a lot better now. Yes.
No, man.
Yes,
Chelsea,
dude.
they were in the
Don't
chase with Chelsea. Fine, they were a lot better, but
say that the teams aren't as better now.
Huss,
They
you're
are.
making plenty of excuses for your boy Klopp. Yes, the teams are better, but Liverpool's spending more money, and the manager, quote unquote, in your opinion, is better. So shouldn't they have better results?
No progress. Just wheels spinning in mud.
That's
Liverpool.
all. That's all Al's saying. No progress. He's not saying Klopp sucks. He's not saying Klopp should get fired. I'm not saying that either. What we're saying is,
Nor am I.
I'm starting to smell suspect over here.
No, what I'm saying is by the end, Klopp will have a better winning percentage than Rodgers. Rodgers will do better. Sorry, Klopp will be doing better than Rodgers by the end of each other's career.
How do you know this?
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, because you guys are gonna be in the Europa League and you're gonna be killing the Europa League.
Yeah,
That's why.
Championship.
Destroying the Europa League.
Padding those stats, dude.
Tom, why are you even talking about Champions League? You're not even in it.
Oh,
Hey, we'll be
some
right
got
back
loose.
into it.
We'll be right back with you. A commercial, a little sitcom.
There's a first time for everything, man. And as you saw, it was an odd year last year. No excuse we're not in it, but we'll be right there.
All right, let's wrap this one up. We've beat up on Huss enough. Huss has done fantastically to defend his boy Klopp, his suspect boy Klopp. Al,
I
love the
defended
stats.
better than Liverpool.
Love the stats just coming in there. Just
Gotta bring the stats. Only way to make us
3-3,
quiet.
Match.
3-3. Liverpool only needs a point in their next game. The final game is Matchday 6. Liverpool only needs a point to go through, and they'll probably get it.
No matter the match for this one.
Nah,
no
no match.
Nah, bro. Nah, it's
All right.
Champions League. Spartak Moscow on the other side almost had all 3 points to put pressure on Sevilla, but gave up a late equalizer to Maribor, team with 2 points. Well, they had one until they tied that game up. Finished with 2 points through match day 5. They crash out of the league. And now you got Liverpool, Sevilla, and Spartak Moscow fighting, but it looks like Liverpool and Sevilla are going to be the ones to go through. It's just a matter of who goes first or second.
You never know. You never know.
Never know, man. Not with Liverpool and Klopp. You never know.
But their goal difference is +10, so Spartak won't be overtaking Liverpool. But if Liverpool falls to second, but Sevilla could easily still take first. Throw Liverpool in that number 2 spot. Play Real Madrid. Play PSG.
That's the nightmare, man. Is that we'll get into it, but Madrid might finish second, and actually Madrid is finishing.
They
second.
did. They did finish second. Yeah.
Whoever finishes first. Some teams might not want to finish first because you don't want Madrid in that first round. But let's
Arsenal
go
versus Bayern. Damn it.
Manchester City 1, Feyenoord 0. Grind out game here for Manchester in front of their fans. These are the kind
Raheem
of games,
Sterling heard you,
man,
Bus. He heard you.
When you can play a team, a crappy team that you should be beating. You struggle all game, but yet somehow, some way, someone on the team contributes a goal, and you take all 3 points, man. It's sad to see this as a United.
Who was
fan,
that
but it's
someone?
pretty impressive stuff to watch Man City work.
Who was that someone, bro?
Young Raheem Sterling with the beautiful clipped finish gets the win. It gets the go-ahead goal, as they say. He was looking good this game, as always. Got the big Kun Aguero, captain for the game, leading the line. Lots of shots, man. I mean, Man City had multiple chances. Gundogan was in there. Gundogan was looking sharp, dude. Who's playing basketball over there, Huss?
That's not me, dude. Is it?
Oh.
Yeah, that might be you. But Yaya Toure was back too this game.
Yeah, Toure was also playing. Yeah, that was hilarious to see.
You forget just how deep this Manchester City team is, man. But they have bags of quality. And the man in form, Raheem Sterling, right now. He must have heard you last episode, Bus, because you called him out and he fired back. Yes, the goal was in the box, but it was such a deft finish. Like you can't hate on that.
I'm not hating on it.
So what you got to say?
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we've talked about this every single time he scores. I've never said he's not going to score. But you know how I feel about him doing long range. That's the only issue I've really had with him because I said that he has improved in the other area.
You said he was bad last episode. You said he was bad.
I said Raheem Sterling's bad.
Yeah. You made fun of him. You throwing jabs. If you throw a jab out
About
there,
the
man.
shooting. About the long-range shooting. Because it's Salah outside the box, 19 yards out. That's what I said. I didn't make fun of him about his whole game. I didn't say he was bad. Come on. Out of context, man.
What's
Come
that?
on.
He's fat.
Come on.
Look, everyone knows that Raheem Sterling's balling out right now, and he's with the right manager at the moment. And you know what? He's on the right team because he doesn't have to do everything. He just sticks to his game. He doesn't have to make that shot from 18 yards out. He just does his shimmy. He gets taken down the box usually. He sets the other team up.
Yeah, he might.
What?
Oh, my bad. He might be the best at drawing penalty kicks in the world. Like, I was thinking about that as far as an attribute.
Neymar.
I mean,
Suarez.
Neymar's pretty good.
Suarez.
He's been
Suarez
doing it
is a
since
he's
Liverpool, bro.
and he's a
Always
great
goes
diver.
down.
But I'm telling you, man, Raheem Sterling might be drawing PKs in the world. Which is
No,
an
Tom,
underrated
Tom,
stat.
I'll one up you right now, Tom. I'll one up you. Or Carlson, Watford, Watford FC, man. This guy, you touch him with a Kleenex, he goes down like a sack of potatoes. The lightest contact, he knows how to sell it.
What about Niasse of Everton, the latest?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me going.
Hey, you're
douchebag.
PK. No, but this Manchester City team, they just keep winning. And this was, final, they did well, man. It took up until the 88th minute for this Manchester City team to break them down. I'm sure. But, at the end of the day, I was expecting City to go on for a 3-4-0 type of a game. And for final, maybe there's some things that other managers and teams can look at in terms of how to kind of control the City team.
For sure, man. And on the other side of this group, Napoli handedly beat Shakhtar Donetsk 3-0. If you guys haven't seen the Russian version of these highlights, go check them out, man. It's absolutely hilarious. This Russian dude loses his mind when Insigne scores the first Schürrle goal for Napoli.
Goal was filthy.
It was filthy, but it sounded like this commentator was part Italian. He was losing his mind, dude. It was incredible.
Bro, this just goes to show you why that Italian boss got sacked. Like, why wouldn't you play this guy? Lorenzo Insigne, he's been on fire all year, linked with Barcelona, linked with the moves abroad, he's staying in Italy.
I think when it comes
guy
down
can
to
play.
it, these managers at this level obviously aren't stupid. They see talent. I think it was a personal issue. And unfortunately, it got in the way of Italy progressing to the World Cup. But I don't think you sit a talent like him and just say, he sucks. Because he brought in El Shaarawy as well, who's always on that fence when it comes to the Italian national team. Not to get too sidetracked, but
Yeah.
a guy like Insigne is super talented, but I think there must have been beef, some kind of disrespect in the locker room or in the train.
Had to have been something.
Pitch.
Yeah.
It wasn't as simple as, this guy just thought Insigne wasn't good. Because you just watch YouTube, you know this guy's good.
No doubt.
Napoli wins that 3-0 against Shakhtar, a team that's usually solid.
Well, they piled it on, man. After that Insigne goal, it was even. Took 56 minutes for that goal, but then 81st, 83rd, bap, I killed the game.
Well, not only that, they
said
could have
no,
scored
they
multiple other times. This couldn't have been a lot more than 3-0. And this is the type of team that I love to play in FIFA, where it's just fast up top. Insigne, Mertens, Callahan. Callahan's, I think, what is he? Rated 93 in speed on FIFA.
Yeah,
he's actually in my squad right now. Got Insigne in my squad right now too.
Dude,
Nobody
I
asked.
don't think I have any Italian. Kind of rude. Too funny. All right, so this group, with that win, it keeps Napoli's hopes alive of getting to the next round, but they sit in third with 6 points. Shakhtar with 9 points in second. Man City qualify through the next round in first place with 15 points. Feyenoord at the bottom, dragging as Tom does with 0 points and a negative 10 goal difference through 5 games. That's ridiculous.
Woof.
That's ridiculous. Let's move on to the next group. We're talking about Group G. Bit of a wild card group.
We hate Tottenham. Nah.
No, there's not Tottenham.
Group G.
Bro. Group G.
This is Group Besiktas.
Oh, my
This
bad.
Besiktas
My bad.
Porto
This was
finishes 1-1. Besiktas, first time in the history of their club, they go through to the knockout stage of the Champions League. I think we need to applaud that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And they topped
Like
the
that.
group. And they topped the group, man, comfortably. You know, undefeated through
I'll tell you what.
qualifying, 3 wins, 2 draws. You know, and 11 plus 5 goal difference. They dominated this group.
Ricardo
Quaresma is
Quaresma.
in vintage form.
Quaresma was nice. Ryan Babel was hot this game. Remember him?
Babel,
He came
right?
out of the woodwork, man.
What
Couple
the
of
hell
big
was that?
strikes. Dude, the first one from like 40 yards out, missile, all Cristiano's all over the place. And then he has a crazy one off the bar. Should have gone in, but he was in fine form. You know, I think he's going to be in a wild card going into the group stage for them.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Knockout phase.
Yeah, they might be one of the unlucky teams that run into Real Madrid finishing top of their group. But, man, I've been telling you about this guy, Anderson Talisca. Guy's a baller, man. Manages to get himself a goal. Put on him, man, because I think he's a guy who's due to jump on to the next level, even though the level he's at right now with this Besiktas team is pretty damn high.
Yeah, man, it was an impressive performance. I was very happy to see Gary Medel, who's quietly one of my favorite underground ballers.
Pitbull.
Just a pitbull, dude. And they're doing work. They were up. The game was tied 1s at half. He comes on in the second half, and he just locks things down. All of a sudden, Besiktas has all kinds of pressure on FC Porto. But shout out to Porto, man.
That's a guy who Liverpool could use. That's a guy who
Gary
Liverpool.
Medel,
they were linked to him last 2 summers ago, I believe. I think it was 2 summers ago he was linked, and this would totally. I feel like he'd be almost like another Milner. Milner's a little bit better going forward. Medel's good at holding back. I think those two right there would shut stuff down.
Yeah.
I think at this point in time, it's too late. You would have been a better option 2 years ago, but someone in that mold, I think, is the perfect player.
Definitely, man. I agree. And on the other side of the group, we got Monaco getting smacked up 4-1 by RB Leipzig.
Woeful, man. Woeful.
Dude, Jemerson, their center back, had a nightmare 10 minutes. So unfortunate for him. I hate to see this on the professional level, but it happens all the time. Scores an own goal to open up the lead for RB Leipzig. And then 10 minutes later, passes a ball up the middle that's easily intercepted. They break in, and it's 2-0 already. Unfortunately,
10 minutes, dude. Sit down. That's a game you don't want to. That's a game you don't want to finish. And to compound that, he's responsible for the 4th goal.
Yep.
3 of the 4 goals were all one guy's fault. You know, he should have 2 errors and an own goal.
Dude,
Awful game, man. I feel bad for Monaco. Last year they made it to the semifinals. This year they finished bottom of the group. Granted, they lost a lot of players, but playing like
that's the part I want to unpack.
With playing like that, man. Like,
let's unpack that. What has happened to this Monaco team? Is it just the sales, is the belief gone, the talent?
Like I said a couple of weeks ago.
It's a rebuilding year. You got to rebuild.
They lost their studs, man. All their studs were raw. They managed to hold on to Lamar, but even that wasn't enough.
For now.
Like everyone, yeah, for now. Absolutely. For now. Everyone, they just got picked. Like it's just like Al was saying, it's a rebuild year. It's like Southampton. When people come in and raid Southampton, or Tottenham even. A better example, Tottenham gets raided every 4 or 5 years. Looks like they're about to get raided next summer as well. So it's impossible to have that continuation. Yes, they're playing in a weaker league. And yes, I think they're still on top of League One, if I'm not mistaken. But that doesn't count for anything because it's League One. There's only 2 or 3 teams a year in that competition. So
they're in second right now by 6 points.
Oh, they dropped.
PSG is still top. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
PSG still top. 6 points.
So
there's a couple things. One, Keita, they got Telemans. Those are 2 players that they got in that had a lot of promise. But Lamar did not play. And the biggest stat I've ever seen in this, Monaco was dispossessed 20 times. Usually that's like 4, 5, 8, not 20. Holy
that's
crap.
careless. Careless on the ball. You know why? You don't have Bernardo Silva pulling the strings. You don't have Bakayoko holding that composure. It's a mess, dude. And there's no surprise. I'm not surprised by this. Not in the least bit. I still think Monaco is a solid outfit. They're capable of beating anyone on any day, but for a long-term competition, I think they're woeful.
And you know what? Falcao keeps scoring as well. Like that's the odd thing too.
Yeah,
like Falcao's actually doing work. It's good to see. It's fun to see that. I want to talk about Leipzig a little bit here. I was saying how Liverpool needed that kind of Gary Medel type of mold. Y'all bringing in Naby Keita next summer. Their games necessarily match up to a T, but Keita is a very impressive midfielder, very skilled. How's that beard coming along there?
Itchy.
But as well, like I was very impressed with Naby Keita this game. I don't know if we'll be able to fulfill that same kind of role for Liverpool, but it's just interesting to see.
Dude, I don't see him as a true number 6. He can play that position, but I don't see him as a true number 6. And I don't know if Liverpool's even buying him for that. Who knows? But yeah, he got himself a goal. He's been struggling for form. There've been articles almost every day coming out saying, does Liverpool regret signing Keita? His form is awful this season. Is it because he sucks, or is it because he has his eyes on Liverpool? But to see him get a goal and sort of get the press off his back, granted it was the 4th goal, it's good, man. It's good for this guy's development.
I mean, it's
I'll
not
tell
even
you
close to
development.
It's not even close to being a regret at the moment. He's 22 years old. It's also the fact that there was a little discomfort in Germany. He did want to leave. They kept him. So I think it's in the back of his mind that he's already, not so much he's already gone, but he already wants to go. So he almost has a little bit of the Philip Coutinho disease right now.
Cool.
And Timo Werner is another guy who's absolutely outstanding. I think we'll see him at the upcoming World Cup. And this guy, he's the real deal.
Timo's going to Bayern Munich. I've been saying it this year. He's going to Bayern Munich. Lewandowski keeps hinting that he's unhappy, backhand statements and stuff. Last year when Aubameyang beat him for the top scorer, the Golden Boot of the Bundesliga, Lewandowski blamed his teammates for letting him down.
Okay.
So
Question.
What's up?
Will Timo Werner be able to handle the pressure of Bayern Munich? Because we saw what happened to Mario Götze.
I think he will. Mario Götze had a disease. Mario Götze, yes.
Disease.
Not when he went to Bayern, though, right? Like, we found that out after he came back to Dortmund and stuff.
No. It was towards the end. So the last year he was at Bayern, he didn't play because everyone kept saying, remember when the articles were coming out, he's fat, he's out of shape, he's not working hard. So they were trying to figure out what was wrong with him that whole time. They didn't know it was the disorder. So granted, I partially agree with you that first year wasn't that great for him.
What about Werner? Will he be able?
But I think Timo's about this life. He's been saying that he's the best German forward for the last 3 years. As a kid, he's been saying that at least the confidence is there. Whether it'll pan out, I don't know. But he's a German number 9. Germany has been missing a number 9. Germany changed their whole system, their national team system, because they couldn't find a number 9. They put Müller up there, who's not a true number 9, but did the job.
And Closer was the number 9. After that, they kind of have guys like they're big, hefty guys, right? Like Mario Gomez, guys like that who kind of get those goals. But
Closer.
Werner's he seems to be a complete forward, and man, he's the real deal. He's about this life.
He's quick too, man. He's super quick, so he can play in that Bayern system of tiki taka or that fast pace, playing off Robin or Ribéry or Coleman.
Kingsley.
Yeah, absolute stud. So this group, let's wrap it up. Besiktas win the group, like we said. Monaco knocked out. RB Leipzig and Porto are tied for points. Matchday 6 for them is going to be very, very important. We got Besiktas on top with 11, Porto and Leipzig with 7, and Monaco with a fat 2 points. Useless. Let's go into Group H. Tottenham. Wow. Tottenham. Beat Real Madrid last week. Gets smoked by Arsenal in the North London Derby over the weekend. And then go to Dortmund, a hostile environment, and manage to score 2 goals and hold on for that victory 2-1.
Oh, a come from behind victory too. They go down early. Could have been 2-0. Bang missing a sitter. Yarmolenko just giving them dimes on both attempts. Should have had 2 assists. Tell me your boy.
I know.
Only a matter of time if they can't keep hold of him.
I think he was suspended due to some team violations or something like that. Of course, Aubameyang. And of course, they lifted the suspension or said it was over so he could come back for the Champions League game. I think that had something to do with his lack of celebration.
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
Typically, Aubameyang is very excited when he scores goals. He's pulling out Spider-Man hats and Batman hats and doing flips and things like that. He scores this game. I think that was a telling tale right there. When he's not celebrating, something's wrong. He's not happy with the club. And look, this, like Al said a little bit earlier, to speak to the cliche, it was a game of two halves. And I thought that Spurs, they showed heart to bounce back. And whatever Pochettino said at halftime must have had an effect because they looked like a completely different team.
Dude, it worked immediately because they score, in the 48th minute? Right after the second half again. Harry Kane
out of nowhere.
Harry Kane out of nowhere. Incredible goal, man.
Dude,
Snapshot. He's second.
Snapshot.
He's second in goals this season in the Champions League. 6 goals, 2 assists. Only Cristiano has more goals.
That's
8.
a striker's goal, man.
So Harry Kane, this is Harry Kane's team. Pochettino doesn't have to like it, but it's the truth.
What it came down to as well, the second goal, I mean, Ali, he must have heard us talking about him, or maybe me. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's 2 for 2.
Oh my God, he roasted those guys on Bournemouth. I think Barta, he just physically just was like, get the hell off me. Passes the ball over to Son. Son shrills it in.
What a finish by Son.
Class, dude. That is class. He is. I feel like we're watching a future underground baller right there. Barta, I don't think he had a great. I don't think anyone on Dortmund, the defense. I don't think really anyone had an outstanding game. They were just getting, like I said, there's a couple times they just got pushed around. And Harry Kane with that goal, I mean, that's just magic.
Yeah, Spurs, they had to bounce back, man. They definitely had to bounce back after the way they lost to Arsenal.
Yeah, this is so important. Go ahead, Tom. Who are you gonna shout out?
Shouts to Mesut back there. What up, Ozil? See that? Yeah,
No,
you like that. You like that, Spurs.
Yeah, man, it's so important to bounce back. The whole media was basically waiting to see how Tottenham respond. Do they feel bad for themselves and go on a 3-4 game skid? Or do they pick themselves up, have that short-term memory you need to win championships and keep moving? It looks like their memory is short-term as hell, man. I was super impressed.
Credit to Spurs for coming back, but they also defended very, very well.
As always, dude.
Second half, I mean, they were getting chances, BVB, but shut down. Eric Dyer getting in blocks. Everyone really defending well as a unit.
Danny Rose.
Danny Rose involved with the goal. This guy's been playing Champions League, hasn't had a sniff in the league, but I think he's getting that game experience so he can get pushed on to United come January. Let's go, son.
It comes down to, dude. Tottenham has to do everything to keep this guy happy, man. If Tottenham loses Danny Rose and hope that, Davies on his own can stay healthy the rest of the way and help them compete in the Premier League, compete for cups and compete for the Champions League, it's not going to happen. Danny Rose is unhappy right now. Poch's priority should be making Danny Rose happy. But based on history, he doesn't care too much for his fullbacks by the looks of it.
He doesn't.
Walker was
Nope, he doesn't care. Danny Rose is out of there. Poch and him, I think there was a break somewhere along the lines of Kyle Walker as well. So
look, I think
he'll leave.
It's hard when Rose is sitting there talking to Walker, his buddy Walker, and Walker's tax bill is higher than Rose's wages. It's hard to be like, wait, I trained with you for years. I know we're the same level, or I'm better, or if you're better, you're slightly better. How is your tax wage higher than my wage bill?
Yeah, that's got to be rough. But Harry Winks, the string puller, was back in there as well, man. This guy, man.
And shout out to your boy, Son, Tom.
This guy's, I'm telling you, if the team that started against Dortmund started against Arsenal the past weekend, it's a different game. I think it's a different game.
I agree.
So real quick, we talked about Aubameyang real quick. Because they are not probably going to make it through, is Aubameyang definitely gone this summer? He's going to be 29 in June. Is it too late for him to leave?
Look, I think it might be late for him to leave, but I don't think it's like too late. I think he's going to go for a cut price. I don't know if he'll go to like a Chelsea, United, but someone like Liverpool could use him as like a patch while they figure out their number 9 position.
Yeah, definitely use him 100%.
Absolutely. So
100%.
Or Tottenham to play that 3-5-2 Tom likes instead of Son there, you have Aubameyang.
That's too much. I think that would be too much, especially with his personality, very big personality. I don't know if he'd fit into Spurs. I think Liverpool might be the perfect place for him. as that true number 9. And I mean, this is crazy, man. We're seeing a decline in Dortmund, man. I know this was a very difficult group, and I don't think any of us expected Spurs to go on to finish first, which is an impressive in its own. But this Borussia Dortmund side, man, they're in trouble, and they've fired Tuchel, and since then,
Skids
hasn't been great. They might have regretted that decision.
Yeah, man, crazy stuff at Dortmund, but they go through this a lot, man. I remember in the Jan Koller days of the late '90s, Dortmund was running shit, and then Bayern came out of nowhere. Actually, Bayern was always there.
Yeah,
every once in a while, Dortmund makes some noise, the noisy neighbors. It's cycles, man. This team lost their manager. They lost Hummels. They lost Götze, who was hot. They lost Kagawa for a long time. Dembele they lost. They're going to lose Aubameyang. It's just going to be rebuilt. It's like Monaco, except with Dortmund, it was dragged over 2 or 3 years versus Monaco,
who might be
one window.
Who might be a good coach?
Moyes?
Nagelsmann? Is it Nagelsmann?
Pulis.
Nah, man, the young guy before, because
Nagelsmann at where is he at? Not I was gonna say Hudders because they wear stripes. Nagelsmann, that young. Oh, come on, where is he at, Tom?
Is it Hoffenheim?
Hoffenheim, right? Are you talking about him?
Yeah, the young coach he's been linked with Bayern, but I think Dortmund would be the perfect stepping stone to like a big club that you can kind of have full autonomy to, especially since his reputation. Before he jumps onto a Bayern.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
And the big thing for me with Dortmund is that they have 2 draws against what I don't even know what they really named Apoel.
Apoel.
They have 2 draws against them. Like for a team like Dortmund, no disrespect to them, but it's Dortmund. They should be taking care of business with that team.
I agree, man.
No doubt.
Let's slide into that Apoel game. Talking about taking care of business, Madrid smashes them for 6. Finally, Madrid showed up, man. Where have they been the last few months?
Cristiano broke the duck.
And Benz, too.
Cristiano, dude, he hasn't had a problem scoring in the Champions League, and Madrid really haven't had a problem in the Champions League either. Minus that one Spurs game that they lost and the draw they had.
Yeah.
They drew and then they lost. That was a kind of a blip, but other than that, business as usual. Cristiano, 8 goals in the Champions League this year. 113 overall, still leading the charts. And Karim Benzema rounds up the top 5, 53 goals, in the Champions League. The only people ahead of him are Van Nistelrooy and Raul. And then, of course, you have Messi. But, legendary Raul, 71 goals, Benzema 53.
Yeah, that's
about to pass. Van Nistelrooy's got 56, so he's going to be second only to Raul and then the big boys, Messi and Ronaldo. So this guy is such an underrated clinical footballer. This guy is one of the best number 9s of his generation, no doubt. Doing it at the top level for the
very,
best team.
very long time.
Never gets his due, man.
Time.
It's a shame he doesn't have much of an ego because he just goes under the radar.
And he earned it, man. He earned his role at Madrid. Remember, he was battling with Higuain, and they were going back and forth. Eventually, he won that one, and then right when he's resting, chilling, Morata walks in the door. And he wins that battle as well. So Benz, I respect him. I've always been an Higuain guy. I feel like Real Madrid should have kept Higuain over Benz, but it's not like they lost anything by keeping Benz, dude. The reason why I say Higuain,
I think they should have kept both of them.
No, they couldn't though. They couldn't because both of them wanted, starting roles, and then you got Ronaldo on there. And
yeah, they were the same age. I was thinking of likening it to the Morata Benz situation, but those guys are 2 different ages.
Yeah, man, and Higuain went on to do it at Napoli and Juventus. So I've always just liked him a little more, but I've never, underrated Benz. Benz has been quality, and it's unfortunate when he was peaking, he had that issue with Valbuena, where there was a scandal. So both of them missed the World Cup, which was unfortunate because he's
gonna miss another World Cup too.
Why is that?
He's gonna miss the World Cup now coming up. He's not in the squad.
Who, Benz?
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Ben's E-class, man.
I think when it comes to May and June when they finalize, not June, but in May when they finalize the roster, they'll be on it, man. I don't know if they'll start or anything, but come on, dude, you're gonna go to the World Cup and not take Benz when he's available?
I don't know if he's been in qualifying yet either. I think he's been left out of qualifying.
Interesting. I'll have to dig into that, man, because That sounds like madness. That sounds like craziness.
That's a shame. Ben's E-class. What happened?
This group finishes with Spurs on top. My God, I wish I had put money on that. Making a nice piece of change right now. Real Madrid in second place. Borussia Dortmund crash out in third place, which means they go play in the fun Europa League. And Apoel finishes bottom.
Yay!
Hey, you're going to have some friends, Tom. Dortmund's coming in to join you bums in the Europa.
Look, this is when Europa does get real, though. When all the Champions League teams who finish third place drop in, now you have to start concerning yourself about, okay, who might get on a hot streak now? And the quality increases. So it will be interesting.
Absolutely. So that wraps it up for Champions League Matchday 5 review. We got another one tomorrow. But before we wrap it up, Al, what's up?
Yeah, he has not played since 2015 for the France national team.
He has a problem with Deschamps.
November 2015.
Deschamps has a problem with him. I forget what it is, though.
Cool. You know what?
It's the whole sex tape thing with Valbuena. It's just a distraction. So he thinks they're better without him. They have Griezmann. They have Martial. They have plenty of options up top.
Yeah, dude. It's
but there's only one Benz. You know, for Madrid, the chemistry he has with Cristiano is just uncanny. The two of them just feed off each other. And on his second goal, you can see how unselfish Cristiano was, which is something you never really see. He gives up the goal, gives up the pass for an open goal finish.
Yeah, man, they're both reading the papers, and they see everyone talking shit. So you saw Benz run over to Zidane and give him a high five after he scored that goal, because Zidane has done nothing but back him and support him, which is awesome, man. You always want to see that when a player's struggling, the manager just steps in front of the bullets and takes it for him.
No, everyone scored, man. It was a good game for them. And shout out quickly to the Lebanese flags flying in the stadium. I don't know what that was about, but it was good to see. See the trees flying high out there. It was nice, Apoel.
Let's put it this way. We knew it was going to be a rough day for them when that Modric goal went in. That first goal where it was like 30 yards out and it bounced right before the goal and it goes in. I'm just like, oh, geez, this is going to be a rough day. That's the type when you wish the game was only like 30 minutes long, maybe like even 60. It's like, nah,
hold on to life.
Yeah, just take the game, Real Madrid. You want to go out for lunch?
Raul.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with another episode for Champions League review coverage, all that good stuff. Appreciate the support.
Don't forget about this.
Lunas.
Cheers, guys.